What's going on, guys? How you doing? Closing out this Queen's first album, the song Seven Seas of Rhye. Mercury had only half written Seven Seas of Rhye when they were recording the first album. They intended to use it as an outro here and start Queen 2 with the finished version. Very cool. Idea was later abandoned, but the song would become Queen's first hit single. Oh, on Queen 2. Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to think about that for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. Man, that would have been cool if they would have picked it up, actually. But anyways, that was a cool idea, but sounds like they didn't do it. They tossed it. So this is an instrumental of what later became their first single from their next album. It's cool that they closed out with this, but all right, let's get to it. Short little instrumental, Seven Seas of Rhye. Let's do it. Bam. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it would have been cool if they would have started. I mean, we'll see when I get to Queen 2 how they start, but I'll have to try and remember this. Because to me, that would be a cool thing if they were to jump into if they were to just jump right back into this. That would actually be pretty cool. Oh, but they don't start. They don't start. I just jumped over to Queen 2 just to see. They don't even start with this song. Seven Seas of Rhye is the last song on the album. Ah, okay, well, whatever. Anyways, I feel like it probably would have been a cool idea to do what they said they were gonna do, but I guess they tossed that idea. Okay, so this album. I think that this album, yeah, like I said last time, all the way up to The Night Comes Down. Night Comes Down, everything all before it, really great. So what is that? 6 tracks. The last 4 tracks, Modern Times Rock and Roll was fine. It just sounded out of place. Like, it's not like it was bad. It just sounded out of place. Stylistically, and then with Roger Taylor singing. It sounded out of place. Son and Daughter was fine. That was fine. Jesus was, I mean, all the others were fine. I just wasn't into them as much as I was into the first 6 songs. The first 6 songs I feel like I was really way more into. Like, really interesting, cool stuff happening. You know, the theatrical stuff, the tempo changes, the key changes, the vocal stuff that's happening, the instrumental parts that are happening. Just all the different changes that were happening within the song. Where the last 4 just weren't catching me like that. So, regardless, musically, a really cool album. Really cool first album. Yeah, some pretty ambitious stuff. Things that make it definitely make you interested in what the next album is going to sound like. I would say, because it's like, where are they going to go with this? We know where they're going to go with this, but I don't know the second record either. What's on the second record? Let's see. Ogre Battle. Okay. Fairy Feller's Masterstroke. Nevermore. Oh, we're getting into all that kind of stuff. Loser. I don't know any of these songs. To my knowledge, I don't know any of these songs. Just like this album. And apparently, it was Seven Seas of Rhye was the first single. That's interesting. It was the last album. Band approached David Bowie to produce, but he declined because he was then recording pinups and working on songs for Diamond Dogs. Wow. Anyways, sorry, I won't get ahead of myself. This album, Queen 1, really cool stuff. The recording stuff is kind of, not great. feel like that could have been a lot better, but what are you gonna do? You know, it's like what gets them in the door. It's like, okay, now you kind of hear where we're going, at least musically, right? Because you can pick the music out of this, out of the recordings. Make sense? You know, I mean, I could always do that where you just like hear through it. It's like, okay, you can, and sometimes that can be hard, depending. You know, sometimes that could be hard, depending. It's always best to have the best recording, obviously. It's like, so that you don't need to hear through it. You just hear it and you're just like, wow, you just get it initially, because there's nothing kind of recording wise in the way, you know, where it's like just right off the bat, there's a lot of kind of hiss and feeling like you want things to be louder and other things to be softer or less and things like that. Maybe some tonal things here and there. So, but yeah, overall, I would say this is a really strong record. Like, first record. Didn't know what to expect. Yeah, really didn't know what to expect. But to me, I mean, they sound like Queen. Sound like what they came to do and would develop. Awesome. All right, guys. Very cool. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next video.